Okay, we just got outside. We're getting ready to go and snow shovel. I don't know why we haven't bought a snowblower yet, but we haven't. We have what's called an electric snow shovel, which actually might be good for a day like this. Maybe I'll have to break that sucker out. But we got like 8 inches here. Let me fix the focus. The kids are already having a great time making a mess in the snow. We're gonna go see what we can do to get some of the snow off the driveway before the deep freeze sets in. It's gonna be cold. Right now it's like 3 degrees, but tomorrow it's supposed to be minus 30. Can you believe it? Minus 30. You guys like snow?
Yeah. I'm gonna go down the hill with my bucket and my car.
Why haven't we gotten a snowblower yet? Might not be a bad idea.
You gonna build a snow castle? I love berms. We went to college in North Dakota, and in North Dakota, it would snow in November and it wouldn't melt until April. And you wouldn't get that much snow there, but by the end of the winter, you'd have berms that were like 4, 5, 6 feet tall, like on the sides of sidewalks, which is so much fun to walk through. It's like going through a tunnel. But check this out, the berms are beginning. If we get a normal Minnesota winter, this stuff won't melt for a long time. We're here.
So we are done shoveling. It wasn't that bad. The snow is so light. It's only like 2 degrees here, so the snow is so fluffy. It's not really heavy to pick up like sometimes it is. My face is a little bit frozen. The kids are inside already. Their hands were getting cold because of the wind and the cold. And I don't know what they're doing in there, so we should probably go in and check on them.
Okay, this is the scene when you walk in the house. Children's snow clothes thrown on the ground. Keto Boss Babe's like, oh my gosh, more of a mess to deal with. Is that standard? Does it happen at your house?
So one of our favorite recipes that we make to break a fast is our chia seed pudding. And I like to make kind of like a rice pudding, like a vanilla and cinnamon flavor, and it's absolutely delicious. The kids love it, and you can even add in chocolate powder if you want to do that. So we'll go ahead and get started here. What I've got is some coconut milk, and we get this from Costco. If you've seen our Costco video, it is definitely on there, and it's also on our Costco list, so check out the Costco list below. But I'm gonna put in a full can of coconut milk, and I make a big batch of this because I love it, my kids love it, Keto Dad likes it, so I like to have a ton of it on hand, and it does last for a couple of days, so it takes about maybe 3 or 4 hours to set, and then we usually keep it in the fridge for a couple of days after that for us to go through. You can have it for breakfast, you can have it for lunch, you can have it for a snack. So the next thing I'm gonna do is add in my heavy cream. Now you can skip the heavy cream if you are dairy free and just put in more almond milk or coconut milk. If you don't like coconut milk, just use almond milk. You can really use any liquid that you want in this recipe. So then I'm just gonna add in just a little bit more. I like to do about 2.5 cups of liquid, and this is just shy of that. So I have an almond coconut milk here, unsweetened of course, and I'm just gonna add in enough to make it 2.5 cups. So just a little bit more. And I am literally just mixing this whole thing in a 4-cup glass measuring thing here. It's super easy that way, then I just pour it into my Tupperware that I'm gonna use in the fridge. So the next thing I'm gonna do is add in my salt, and I just do a big pinch of salt from our salt that we're gonna have forever from Costco, this big huge thing here. And then I'm gonna add in my cinnamon is my next ingredient. So we'll put in 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Now, if you are, maybe it's the fall and the pumpkin spice flavor is out, or you prefer to add some nutmeg in there or something, you can actually change up the spices however you want and put whatever in there that you love. So I'm gonna add in 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. I'm just gonna sprinkle that on top. The recipes that you don't have to like cook and simmer and do this and that are always my favorite because they're so quick, and when you have kids running around, it's a lot easier to not mess them up. So then I've got 4 teaspoons of vanilla. I love the vanilla flavor in here, so we put a little bit extra in. And then the last thing I'm gonna put in before the chia seeds is the liquid stevia. So liquid stevia is a great option for this because you don't want like sugar granules floating around in there. But you could also use powdered swerve, that would work just fine, like a powdered erythritol. So I'm just gonna put in a few drops of this liquid stevia here, just to add a little bit of sweetness to it. If you wanted, you could add coconut in here. There's just a ton of options with this one. And then the last thing I'm gonna put in is my chia seeds. It only takes 2/3 cup to turn this entire big batch into basically a pudding, and then I'm just going to slowly stir them in until they mix in with the coconut milk. So this is blended in here really well, and you can kind of see it mixing around in here. It just looks like a big, huge thing of like pudding basically that's just not set yet. So I'm gonna pour this into a Tupperware and put it in the fridge for a couple of hours. But for us, we love it as a, to break a fast on those days. Really, really good. We love it for dessert for the kids. There's just so many options for it, and so many people tend to love it that it's definitely one of our go-to recipes. So for storage in your fridge, I'm actually going to use some little glass Pyreexes that I can pour it into, and that way I can kind of have like little individual servings, so we're not pulling the whole thing out at once. So there is one, and then we'll go ahead and fill the other and then pop them in the fridge.
Watch out, guys. Look out.
Did you like that, Juliana? You're having fun?
Always fun out on the lake. We're making snowmen over here. Back there we're sledding. Lots of fun stuff. I found the ice here, and you can slide around, which is fun. Road heavy. Uh-oh. Get me? Get me? Oh. Good job. One of my favorite lunches is our Keto Fat Bomb smoothie. We make this probably 2, maybe 3, sometimes even more times a week. And it is so simple, that's kind of why we do it all the time. So we've got just a little bit of ice just to give it some coldness and a little bit of volume, if you will. I always start my smoothies out with spinach. And this is a great way to get lots of good leafy green vegetables into your lifestyle. I usually get myself in trouble because I try to put so much spinach in it that it no longer wants to do anything. Like you can't fill anything else, but it's like the best part. So I'm always like, how much can I push in there? Oh yeah, there we go. This is gonna be good. So I've got my spinach. I use a little bit of vanilla protein powder, not required by any means, but if you do, just make sure it doesn't have sugar in it, the protein powder. Make sure it's sweetened with like stevia or erythritol, and then you don't want that much of it, right? So then another thing that I like to use is a little bit of plain Greek yogurt. And this is another one of those where if you're not careful, you can get a lot of extra carbs as a result of it. So just beware of the carbs that are coming from your yogurt, and then beware of the quantity. And the one I'm making right now is for me and Keto Boss Babe, so it's kind of like 2 servings, if you will. And let's see what else I'm going to add here. I've got some liquid stevia. And if you like to add a little bit of extra fat or like a little creaminess, I like avocados. Now I don't have any fresh avocados at the moment, but I do have these frozen avocados, which are flash frozen, which are actually really, really good. And kids are running around all the time at our house. It's just chaos.
I tell you. Someone always needs something.
They drop something, things go all over the place. I'm gonna put a little bit of 143. This is from Prove It. It's basically an MCT oil, and this helps adding some healthy fats. So this is really good to add as well. If you got MCT oil, you can always add it to this, making it more of a keto option. And then for sweetness, I use this liquid stevia, and then I also add in some berries. Now make sure that you know like how much you're putting in, because the berries do add a little bit of that sugar that you're trying to. Can I have one of those? Please, thank you. Trying to stay away from, and the more berries that you put in, the more sugar that's in there. Like that's where the carbs are coming from. So just measure them out, And I did so knowing that both she and I are going to be drinking this, maybe even one of the kiddos. So that's something to keep in mind. We've also got almond milk. This is kind of the last thing to pour in here. I always do it at the end, and then it kind of fills in all the cracks, right? Otherwise, you definitely can't fill this like I'm filling it right now. I think I just need a big blender to make this a lot easier, right? Or I'd end up putting more spinach anyways if I had more space.
Do you want me to open it? So his goal every time he makes one of these is to see like how full he can fill this. We did almost set it on fire one time for real, like electrical smoke burning. But we have actually not broken it yet. So the bullet has done really well. It's held up a lot.
I'd like a new one that can do a little bit more.
We
This
might
thing's
have
too
to get
small.
a little bit bigger one.
There you go.
There's a ton of spinach, a little bit of berries, avocado, just really, really good stuff. And it mixes up kind of brown sometimes. The greener the better, that means you have more spinach. The browner means that you have more berries and it starts to kind of purple. So the greener the better. It's a great way to get that spinach in, and spinach is 0 carbs per serving.
Here we go. Let's see what happens. Alright, check that action out. I think it turned out well. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, consistency's good. Smells like a keto fat bomb smoothie. Look at that. Yeah. I love it. That one's pretty good. We'll try.
Nice and green. Delicious. One thing I love to have with my fat bomb smoothies, I'll have a slice of my Kerrygold cheese. This is the Dubliner one. We get it from Costco. It's one of our Costco buys. Keto Dad isn't such a huge fan of it, but I kind of like to choose something. I had fat almond milk for breakfast, and now I'm having a smoothie for lunch, and I kind of like to eat something or feel like I'm eating something, so this does it for me.
Okay.
With that, we're on to the next thing. So I've got a great option here for snacks for the kids. It's kind of like mid-afternoon, like 3 o'clock, and she's just starting to get a little bit hungry. So what we did is we've got some peanut butter in a bowl, and then some Lily's chocolate chips, and which are the stevia sweetened chocolate chips. And she can just put the chocolate chips in here and kind of eat it with a spoon, and she absolutely loves it. Is that yummy, Juliana? Yeah. Yeah. So it's kind of like a hearty, healthy snack. And you can use almond butter, or you can use anything else.
Look
at what you did. Good job. Can you show me how you take a bite?
Okay.
Is that yummy? Should we give you some water to go with it? Yeah. It's a little sticky. It's like watching a dog eat peanut butter. Yum, yum. Okay, so I couldn't help it. I saw this assortment on Amazon and I just had to buy it because I love moon cheese. Keto Dad loves Wisps. Keto Callie will see which one she likes. So are you on Team Wisp or Team Moon Cheese?
Go Wisps. Go Wisps. Which one do you want to win?
Wisps.
Sweet.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and taste test. We've got a whole bunch of different flavors. At Costco, we can get the cheddar moon cheese and we get the plain Parmesan Wisps. So we know what those taste like, but we wanna go through each flavor and show you guys exactly what they taste like and even get input from the kids. So this
I
is
think
Callie.
these are the same flavor. Just like you have.
Those are probably the same. Yep. So this is kind of like the big version, little version. This little version is what we find at Target and the grocery store, places like that. This big version is what we find at places like Costco.
Yeah.
So this one is 10 ounces. The little one is 2 ounces. So big difference there.
I'm trying the Parmesan. Here we go.
So we're gonna try the Parmesan ones first.
Normal Wisp. Oh,
There's one.
she likes
Did
it.
you try it?
She's asking for another.
The next one we have are the cheddar cheese Wisps, and this one I haven't tried before. Have you tried these? So these ones are like a bright orange. Some people tell us the Parmesan are like too much for them. So let's see this.
It's good.
What do you think? More? Definitely more mild than the Parmesan.
They're good with cheddar. They taste
If the Parmesan
cheddar.
is too much, maybe this might be for you. They definitely are cheddar-y, but I kind of like the Parmesan flavor, so that's...
Yeah.
These are more like mild or bland, I would say. Next we have Asiago Pepper Jack cheese. Asiago Pepper Jack. So we'll see what Keto Callie thinks of these. She has liked the plain ones so far and the cheddar ones, so let's check these ones out. Ooh, they're kind of cute. They look festive. They have little like red, she just said spicy. They have little red and green flakes in them, probably from the pepper jack.
Spicy.
Is it too spicy for you?
It's not spicy.
Uh-huh.
No. It has a pepper jack flavor.
Yeah, they definitely have a little kick.
Not my favorite, but
You like this the plain still?
Yeah.
They have a good kick to them. So that kind of takes away a little bit of the Parmesan flavor and adds in that spice. Keto Dad loves spice. I'm like a mild spice person. Keto Callie cannot handle spice. So if you have a little kid who does not like spicy things, that is not the flavor for them. For me, I'm still a pretty mild person. I don't love spice, and for me, they're a little bit more spicy than what I would snack on. So I probably wouldn't go for the pepper jack ones, but Keto Dad loves the spicy. So if you're a spicy person,
I don't mind that kick.
then definitely the pepper jack ones are good for you.
Another one.
Okay, so let's move on to the moon cheese. Now, moon cheese looks very different than wisps. So this is what a little moon cheese looks like.
I love both.
There you go, she loves both. So moon cheese are more, I call them like dehydrated cheese curds, whereas the wisps look like something that has been like a bunch of shredded cheese baked onto a pile. They're flat and like a chip. The moon cheese is much more round and like a yeah, Daddy loves them. Much more round and like a cheese curd. So we'll let Keto Callie try a moon cheese. Now these are my favorite. They're kind of like my go-to at night. We get the big cheddar bag
Those
from
are good.
Costco.
They're definitely not as, they don't have as much flavor like they don't have as much zing to them. They're much more just
They have a
mellow.
really good cheddar flavor though.
Yeah, the cheddar's good.
I really
the
like
flavor is good. It's just not as strong.
So then we have
Ooh, I like the Gouda ones.
probably my favorite, the Gouda ones. And I wish these were at Costco. Maybe if we all tell them to bring them there, we can get the Gouda
Maybe.
ones. So the Gouda ones are white. They're softer crunch. Not quite as crunchy as like the
good.
cheddar ones, but they're really good.
They have enough flavor to them. I tried the mozzarella moon cheese at the airport the other day,
You don't like it?
and I
Keto
wasn't a
Callie.
fan.
You don't like the mozzarella ones.
No.
Keto Callie doesn't like the Gouda ones. I love the Gouda ones. If
Gouda's
you're like
good.
a soft cheese like person, then
The mozzarella
try the
was
Gouda.
too light. It had no flavor.
Like it was like eating just a piece of
Yeah, it was just crunchy.
like what are those little packing peanuts? I haven't tried that one. So the pepper jack moon cheese is not spicy, and it's got a really good like that nacho cheese flavor or something. That's a good snack. The wisp pepper jack version is spicy.
Now is it spicy?
Yeah.
It's
Maybe
not spicy.
I would say even with my like mild tongue, it's not spicy. That's actually kind of fun. I like that. That's a good flavor. So we have another video I'm going to link below that goes to like the portion sizes. So the portion sizes are not 1-to-1 when you look at the back of the bag. So for example, the calories are 70 in a portion size with only about 7 pieces. The calories are 150 and it's 23 pieces. But if you double it, you're talking like 14 versus. So it's not 1-to-1, but I've got a great video that you guys can watch. I'll link it below that will show you like what a portion size that's equivalent looks like for each of these, and that will help you kind of make a decision on how many you put in your bowl. Because if you're eating 150 calories for a snack, you don't want to add on some other stuff. You kind of want to keep it right around there. So I hope you guys got some out of that. We absolutely love our crunchy cheeses. It's a great way to replace like that chip snacking, things like that. We got these off of Amazon. I'll put a link in below for these as well. But I would love to know in the comments, go ahead and tell us what your favorite moon cheese or wisp flavor is. Or if you don't like them, there are some people that just do not like this kind of stuff. I would love to know what your favorite flavor is and then where you get them from, because I know that they're all over the country and there's lots and lots of places to get them from. So we are going to, I don't know, do the next thing, maybe do some laundry or something.
All right.
Play with the kids a little bit.
What do you think? Was that fun?
Yeah.
You like wisps?
Which one was your favorite, Callie?
You have a favorite?
Do you like the wisps or the cheese, moon cheese?
Both.
If you could only have one, which one would you pick?
This one.
Which one? The white one?
No.
Cheddar?
The cheddar one?
Yeah, that one.
The cheddar or the yellow?
Yeah.
Take a bite.
No, the other way. This one.
Just the normal Parmesan. That's the Costco version. That's awesome because that's the cheapest. The best value.
This one.
All right, so her favorite are the Parmesan cheese crisps. The Costco version looks like this, and the store-bought version looks like that with the green. And then my favorite are probably the Gouda moon cheese or the cheddar, just kind of depending on what's going on. What about you?
These are growing on me. Cheddar.
Which cheddar ones?
I eat this a little bit more. I think they might become my favorite.
Well, there you have it. Snack time at the Keto family. For dinner, we're making some chicken drumsticks, and all we did was season them with some salt and some pepper and kind of toss them around a little bit. And now we're going to pop them in the air fryer. You can see we got the dogs over here because we're cooking. So we're just going to pop them in the air fryer right now. Put that in there. Okay, so I'm going to put this at 370 and then just go ahead and hit start. I'm going to let them cook for about 10 minutes and then I'll swap them. I'll mix them up and then we'll do another 10 minutes and then another 5 or so if we need it.
Okay, I am so excited to try this. It's cooled down. It looks delicious. It's crispy. Mmm. Oh. Well cooked. Really good flavor. I'm telling you, the kids are gonna love these. They love chicken. They love drumsticks. These are just their size, right? And they're great for adults too. Spice them up however you want. Just watch the carbs in those sauces. Make sure you get ones that are carb-free or low carb, and it's gonna be a great keto option for you. So with that, remember, keep it simple, keep it fun, keep it keto. Have an awesome night.